Go ahead. Mr. President, I'd like to make a manifestation. What happened inside the Senate premises last week is deeply alarming, regardless of which side one stands politically. I know you will agree with me, Mr. President. Many versions of the armed confrontation are now circulating. Statements were made that the Senate was under attack, while the executive denies of any offensive operation. Some claim that the tension was triggered by the recent changes in Senate leadership. There are allegations involving the OSAA, the NBI, and even a speculation that the shooting itself was smokescreen to facilitate an escape or create confusion. And even more disturbing are allegations attempting to implicate the minority just because nakauwi na po kami. With all due respect, Mr. President, on May 12, a day before the incident, the new Senate leadership informed the body the intention to have an all-senators caucus. On May 13, the day of the incident, around 5:02 p.m., it was modified to a majority-only caucus. Naturally, members of the minority who were no longer part of those internal deliberations eventually went home, Mr. President. To suggest that the mere fact that some senators were responsible for what later transpired just because they had already left the premises is speculative, irresponsible, and unsupported by evidence. But beyond the conflicting narratives, let us not forget the ordinary Senate employees and staff who were caught in the middle of the chaos, mga rank and file, maintenance, security, clerk, media at iba pang empleyadong naipit lamang dahil ginagampanan po ang kanilang mga tungkulin. Yet they were the ones exposed to fear, confusion, and danger inside an institution where they should have felt secured. Some were traumatized, some feared for their safety. Mr. President, hindi po sila scapegoats at lalong hindi collateral damage. At the same time, we must recognize the larger damage caused by this incident. Mr. President, millions of Filipinos and even the whole world watched this unfold in disbelief. They saw the confusion inside one of the highest institutions of the government. They saw conflicting authorities, conflicting narratives in an atmosphere that appeared closer to disorder than democratic governance. Nakakahiya po sa totoo lang, Ginoong Pangulo. And because the public witnessed, the public deserves the truth. Nakaabang na po ang taong bayan. And they have been waiting since Monday. Una, ano ba ang legal na basihan sa pagpasok ng mga otoridad sa bisinidad ng Senado kung meron man po? Pangalawa, nagkaroon ba ito ng formal na koordinasyon sa pamunuan ng Senado bago isinagawa ang operasyon at ano ang naging direktiba ng liderato kaugnay rito? Pangatlo, ano po ang mga partikular na aksyon na nag-udyok at naging mitsa ng putukan? Meron bang provokasyon mula sa alinmang panig? At aling ahensya o sino-sinong individual ang direktang responsable sa pagpapaputok ng mga baril? Alam ko po, Ginoong Pangulo, wala po kayo roon, bagkos kayo po ay nakasalalay lamang sa mga report na ibinibigay po sa inyo. Naintindihan ko po yun. Pangapat, anong mga hakbang ang ginawa upang masigurong ligtas po ang mga senador, mga empleyado at ang media bago at matapos maganap ang insidente? Ang panghuli, ano-anong mga ebidensya po ang nakalap upang magbigay linaw sa tunay na pangyayari? Ginoong Pangulo, when law enforcement operations intersect with the authority privileges and internal security protocols of another branch of government, there must be clarity, not confusion, restraint, not escalation. Alam ko po na may kanya-kanyang investigasyon ay sinasagawa ang Senado at NBI. But there is merit in the public outcry for an impartial, independent, and facts-based investigation. Mahalagang maituguyod po ang isang proseso na patas, transparent, at may kredibilidad sa mata ng publiko. Walang undue influence, walang haka-haka. At the end of the day, Mr. President, no camp wins when public confidence in institution is weakened. The Senate is not a venue for armed confrontation, Mr. President, or competing display of forces or political theater. It is a constitutional institution governed by law, order, and respect for due process. Hindi po drama, aksyon o comedy ang hanap ng taong bayan. They are asking for truth, accountability, and stability. And that is precisely what this institution owes them, Mr. President. Maraming salamat po, Ginoong Pangulo.
In consultation, just a minute, in consultation with the majority leader, I will not rule that manifestation out of order because actually it is a privileged speech or it is actually a topic for personal or collective privilege. But since it's a matter of grave importance, Senator Tulfo, I share with you the sentiment of its grave importance. Myself, I'm taking prudence and waiting for all the investigations. There are resolutions filed. It will be referred to the proper committee. But of the highest order, in accordance with our rules and constitution, is always the election of our officers organization. So unless anyone has a higher motion now, because actually members of the majority have also asked to speak on that matter. And we will allow everyone to speak on that matter, but we will proceed first with the election of our committees. Majority Leader? Minority Leader. Yeah. Minority Leader, then Senator Risa.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor, Mr. President. We concur. But the reference, the referral of the speech and the forthcoming resolutions will be later on.
Yes. Well, it's not a speech. It's a it's a manifestation. So unless there's a motion to refer, which let's harmonize it later on with the resolution filed by the minority.
Yes,
so that we do
would
not
like to
refer it to different committees.
Yes, I will
Yes.
like to file for a motion later on
Yes.
for the referral.
That's in order, Minority Leader. What's your pleasure, Senator Risa?
Salamat po, Mr. President. Together with the Minority Leader, I defer to the ruling earlier stated by the presiding officer. Pero just to make of record, Mr. President, nakaschedule din po ako mag-deliver sa ating agenda for the day
Yes.
ng privileged speech. And it so happens po,
It's the same
katulad
topic,
nung
yes.
paksa nung
Yes.
talumpati ni Senator Erwin Tulfo, and specifically moving forward from the events of last week and this week, Mr. President.
Noted. So,
And I look forward to being able to deliver that within today's session, Mr. President.
noted. So can we go to the
Yes.
Thank you, Mr.
election?
President.
Mr.
Senator
President,
Tulfo. So unless this has to do with the election, we will defer all of those manifestations later in accordance with our rule. What is the reason that you rise, Senator Tulfo?
Mr. President, manifestation of support
Yeah.
lang sana.
Sorry, Senator, I made a ruling already supported by the... But I will go to you right after. Majority Leader, please
Thank you, Mr.
recognize Senator Tulfo right after
Yes, Mr. President.
you read the committees.
Maraming
Go ahead.
salamat po,
Yes, Mr.
Ginoong
President,
Pangulo.
with that, may I just move that we refer the manifestation of Senator Erwin Tulfo and the manifestations that were mentioned to the Committee on Rules?
We will wait for the Minority Leader when we read the
Okay.
resolution
I
later
withdraw the
on.
motion,
Yeah.
Mr. President.
Maybe we will take
Yes,
a quick...
therefore, Mr. President, we will go now to the previous motion of this representation pursuant to Rule 10, Section 13 of the Rules of the Senate. I move to elect the chairpersons of the Senate Permanent Committees. I so move, Mr. President.
Is there any objection? Hearing none, please proceed.
Senator Pia Cayetano as chairperson of the Committee on Accountability of Public Officers and Investigations. Vice Senator Panfilo Lacson. So move, Mr. President.
Any objection? Hearing none, Senator Pia is hereby elected.
Senator Aimee Marcos, chairperson of the Committee on Foreign Relations. Vice Senator Erwin Tulfo. So move, Mr. President.
Any objection? Hearing none, Senator Aimee is hereby elected.
Senator Camille Villar, retained as chairperson of the Committee on Environment, Natural Resources, and Climate Change. So move, Mr. President.
Any objection? If not, Senator Camille Villar is hereby elected to such committee.
Senator Robin Hood Padilla as chairperson of the Committee on Constitutional Amendments and Revision of Codes. Vice Senator Francis Pangilinan. So move, Mr. President.
Any objection? Hearing none, Senator Robin Padilla is hereby elected to that committee.
Senator Camille Villar as chairperson of the Committee on Government Corporations and Public Enterprises. Vice Senator Mark Villar. So move, Mr. President.
Any objection? If not, Senator Camille Villar is elected to that.
Mr. President.